I got another collection update segment for you guys. I believe this is part 36. And I'm not sure why the battery says it has an X over it instead of the charging icon. Please hold. I think I might have fixed that problem. Alright. Up first, we have a collection of Christmas classics, and they are the ones listed on the back of the thing that I'm about to read off, because I already checked the disc that came with it. They are Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa and the Three Bears, The Snow Queen, The Christmas Burrow, Jack Frost, and The Alpha Bots Christmas. Plus, Christmas Comes But Once a Year, Snow Fooling, and The Shanty Where Santy Lives. So, there we go. It says it's over 4 hours. I don't think there's nothing inside to indicate how long each particular one is, but that's okay. Next up, we have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by itself. I think this is a different version to the one in here. Yeah, this one's animated, and this one's more of a claymation style thing. So, yeah, this one is 65 minutes long. From 1964, and I'd be shocked if it was anything less than G, or anything more than G rated. Here we go. There's a little insert on the inside. Shows a few other things that are available. Quite a few. Wow. Looks like some of these are music. Some of them are something else. Oh, Sony Music on DVD. Duh. Okay. Alright. Next up, we have Runaway Bride with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere. What else is in this? I might recognize the name of. Just those two names. Okay, it's rated PG, came out in 1999, and is 116 minutes long. And unless I specify, these are all in color. Next up, we have RV with Robin Williams. Looks like, is that Josh Hutcherson? Yeah. Christian Chenoweth. This one is PG, 99 minutes long, and came out in 2006. And yeah, it's a really funny road trip style thing where the character's on a road trip. Not like the road trip franchise, but yeah. Next up, we have Sabrina with Harrison Ford being the only name on the front of the case that I recognize. Music by John Williams, that's interesting. Yeah, Harrison Ford and John Williams are the only two names that I recognize back here. This one is PG. Came out in 1995 and is 127 minutes long. That's cool. Here's the back of the thing. And then we have Safe Haven, a Nicholas Sparks thing, I think. Yeah, Nicholas Sparks movie. Blu-ray DVD combo. Came out in 2013 and is 116 minutes long with a PG-13 rating. As far as the cast is concerned, we have Colby Smulders in this. Colby from the MCU. Versus the name that I recognize. So, there we go. Next up, we have St. Ralph. Jennifer Tilly looks like is in this one. Oh yeah, there she is. Alright, on the back, I'll point her out in just a second. This is actually the only name that I recognize, so there she is. I recognize her name from the Child's Play series of movies. This one's PG-13. Came out in 2004 and is 98 minutes long. Yeah. Next up, we have Salt. I have the DVD and the Blu-ray. They came separately, but both of them have the original theatrical cut and 2 unrated extended cuts. It has an extended edition and a director's cut, as well as the original theatrical version. This one has the guy that plays Mordo, I don't know how to pronounce his actual name, Mordo in the MCU, Angelina Jolie, and I think those are the only 2 names that I recognize. Oh, and Liev Schreiber, the guy that played Sabretooth in X-Men Origins. And not sure if you can make out that name there or not. Yeah, from played Mordo in Doctor Strange. It is a theatrical PG-13 with 2 different unrated cuts and 3 different runtimes. So the theatrical runtime is 100 minutes. The unrated director's cut is 104 minutes, and the unrated extended cut is 101 minutes. Interesting. Next up, we have San Andreas with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And Paul Giamatti as well is in this. And Ian Gaffoud, I think he was the early 2000s Mr. Fantastic. In Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. This one came out in 2015. It is 114 minutes long and PG-13. And I think they might be making a sequel, but maybe not. And kind of lumped up together, next up we have the Santa Claus trilogy. We'll talk about them individually. We have Santa Claus 1, which I personally think is really funny. I like all 3 of these. I think the third one's probably my favorite, but I do like this one. Or I like all 3 of them. Of course, we have Tim Allen as the title character, Santa Claus. The first one is PG, whereas the second and third are just rated G. But they're all in the G through PG-13 range, so I keep them together and in release order, because that's the correct order to have them in as well. I do not have the Santa Clauses TV series based on this from Disney Plus. I think it had 2 seasons. But I do have this one. Or I do have the trilogy, I should say. As far as the Blu-ray is concerned, it came out, the Blu-ray is from 2012, but I think the movie itself came out in like the early or mid to late 90s or something like that. Anyway, excuse me. Like I said, it's PG and 97 minutes long. So then Santa Claus 2, the escape, or no, this is not the escape clause. The third one's the escape clause. This one has a toy Santa with a plastic tushy, which is something they point out in the movie. This is a 10th anniversary edition Blu-ray, and the 10th anniversary of this one was 2012, which means I think the original was, I want to say like 98, 02, and like 07 or something like that. Anyway, this one, like I said, is G-rated, from approximately 2002, and got Tim Allen again, and I recognize her face, but I don't know her name. This one's 104 minutes long, and yeah, I got individual DVD releases for these, and I think all of these are Blu-ray only, which is fine because I had the DVDs already. This one came out in like 2007, is rated G and 92 minutes long for Santa Claus 3: The Escape Clause, and this one has Martin Short as Jack Frost. Yeah. So anyway, that's it for this collection update video. However, I will be right back to read chapter 70 of my novel here. This notebook now is complete now, and it covers chapters 70 through 74. I'll be reading them all eventually on my channel. I'm going to go one chapter at a time. But yeah, I'll be back with that in just a second after I upload this. Hopefully I don't yawn too much through it.